Nah, people. Joel Benjamin 528, aka MC Spookism. You see who I got here. I don't believe the man need any introductions.
Good evening.
Baba New people. Let's give Baba New a wonderful hand. By the way.
Thank you very much.
Give him a hand. So, you see the title. Let's get into it. No holds bar. Let's go in with it immediately. As you can see, the name of the title, the new DNA, Decoding the Human Genome Project. Y'all are in for a treat tonight. Me and Baba Nu is gonna tear this one out of the frame.
Nice.
So let's go, Baba Nu. Yeah, as y'all come in there, remember hit the like button. I'm seeing y'all fill it in. Let me get those people on board. Make sure you type in people. You know what's required of you. I see y'all filling in. Y'all filling up. Alright, let's go. So Baba Nu, you ready to tear them up with this one?
Yeah, man. Let's talk about the human genome. One of the things that we were looking at is how recent decoding the human genome is, and how the whole attempt at looking at the genome, being able to decode it and record it, only started in the 70s. This is 2018. From 1970 to 2000, that is 30 years. This is 48 years old now. 48 years ago, they had no idea of the sequencing of the human genome. They had no idea how to read genetic codes, how to read your entire genetic code, and how to make sense of what your genetic code does. Now
that didn't stop them from trying.
They
was trying since slavery time with our melanin. That didn't stop them from trying.
Right, but now we're talking about how specific they can get in terms of being able to actually use the human genome and also use the genome of other animals,
crossbreeding,
and plants, to design different types of drugs,
abominations. Just say abominations. Call it what it is, because they're using it to lock off. One of the main things they're using it for is to lock off the God gene. Could you tell them, the people, the scientific term that they use? We say God gene, but there's a scientific term for it. Remember, these people deal with everything, and they just change up the name. Like, there's a hate gene, people. National Geographic showed it. There is a hate gene. They're learning a lot, and they're going in deep. So tell them the scientific term
name of the gene
of the God gene
is VMAT. This is the gene
VMAT
for our people who have a, let's call it, a spiritual inclination. This is the gene that's supposed to be turned on, and they have a way of targeting this gene to turn it off, so that you wouldn't feel as though you should be
seeing certain things, hearing certain things, or being able to do certain
things, or that you even want to be righteous.
Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure what's going on here.
I think that we got stuck like that. Did we get stuck?
Oh no, we're still live.
We're still live. Okay.
The people seeing us. Let me make sure, because for some reason this is acting up, people. Sorry, we experienced a little technical difficulty. Yeah, they're hearing us talking, but they're seeing us, but here on this end it's looking like garbage. But go ahead. Oh, now we're back up. You see?
Now we're back up.
That mean we dropping something. We dropping something. Go ahead, brother.
That meant that a whole lot of people were listening.
VMAT.
So the VMAT gene
and how they trying to lock it off. That's where we was at.
And it is interesting because at the point that we're at in the processional, let's call it the great processional, this is not the time you want your VMAT gene to be turned off. This is not the time that you want that part of your DNA specifically to be getting messed with, and this is the time that you want it to be turned on, that you want to be in tune with, you know, what is really going on, or to get in tune to you know, have a sense of what is going on. There's, when you look at animals in the wild, whenever there's going to be something major like some type of earthquake or natural disaster,
they flee the scene.
The animals know well in advance. The
like
animals,
tsunami.
Yeah, the animals don't wait till the day before and then start to run.
The only ones that actually would do that are the ones they have like locked up as pets or something, so they can't really break out the way they want to.
Yeah. Now, if you look at what genes do, genes are coded instructions for the production of a whole lot of different chemicals that we need in our body. Now, we need to do more research on exactly what does this VMAT gene does. Does it code a particular chemical in your body that goes to a part of the brain, which is our major antenna to increase our receptivity to certain things that might be going on astrologically? Because, you know, why are they associating this with what we call religion and spirituality? But the thing is now is that prior to 1970, they didn't know about a VMAT gene.
I'm out to show not that they didn't know about it, correction. They didn't know how to find it.
They didn't know how
they knew it existed. They knew the God gene existed.
Yes.
They didn't know how to pinpoint the God gene.
Now, we have separate departments in the Western world. You have the occultists. They know about the God gene. You know, certain masons and stuff like that.
Scientists had to catch up.
Scientists have to go
because, you know, their thing was about, if I don't see it,
it
really don't exist. If I can't feel it, it really don't exist. That was their stance at one point.
And they had to blindly research.
Say that again.
They had to blindly research. So even though they might even have an idea of, let's find something in here that's like the God gene, they had to blindly research, go through a whole lot of DNA codes, look at what these DNA codes do in the human body.
Let's give a history, shall we?
Yeah.
Is it time for it? Or you want to go in more before we show
no, let's give a history here because this is really fascinating.
Okay. So what I'm about to show y'all, people, check out this list right here. And it goes to show you, and this is them, their own records, them telling the truth on what's going on and how they go about it and what they do. Okay, so let's go into history of the Human Genome Project. You're here with Joel, Benjamin 528, and Baba Nu. Okay, you ready to break this down, brother?
Yeah, man. Now,
history of HGP in timeline, which stands for Human Genome Project. So you want me to start it off for you?
You could go ahead and start.
All right. 1970s. Fred Sanger. Sounds familiar. Wonder if he's related to Margaret Sanger. Right? Fred Sanger invented the DNA sequencing technique. So they didn't even have a technique to break this down to a basic step until the 1970s. Go ahead, brother. 1980. Oh, you want to elaborate on that? Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, what the DNA sequencing technique allows them to do is that it allows them to also build models of DNA. It allows them to get an idea of how DNA looks on a microscopic level. They can represent it on a larger scale by knowing the sequencing technique is really how it bends and twists and becomes a coil.
Ready to drop that bomb on them?
Yeah.
I.e. cloning. Yeah. For other words, an example, cloning. They learn how to clone because they're able to deal with the bending and the folding. They started to learn how to clone.
Now, what is very interesting around what is very interesting around this time is that this is around the time that they started pioneering anti-aging with human growth hormone by going into the pineal gland and extracting, I think it's called the IGF-1
yeah, you're right, which is the human growth hormone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are looking at a period of time where science in the country was making extraordinary leaps and bounds, and they were trying to really get to, I call DNA the bottom. It's the bottom of the well. When you understand that your DNA, the DNA of every animal has its complete code of instructions for that animal, and that by altering the DNA of that animal and that plant, you can alter the way that that animal or plant functions in its natural habitat. You can enhance the way that something functions, or that you can degrade the way that something functions just by attacking its DNA. Now, when you look at DNA and you look at how dangerous it is and meddling with it, think of viruses. A virus simply is a DNA coil in a capsid core, or just a DNA coil, and it's just floating through the air. And what happens is that the viruses are able to get past our cell wall, get into our DNA replicating machinery, and say, make more of me. And this is how, in basic terms, we get sick. Now,
wait, back up, because you said how we get sick. You got to give them perfect examples. Perfect example is the strawberry, the potato, that they're mixing with insect genes.
Right.
So when you eat that potato or strawberry, the non-conventional or whatever, conventional, sorry.
Right.
The regular GMO. When you eat this now, it attacks itself. Your body begins to attack itself because the insect genes, and this is something they talk about that they're proud of, the insect genes start to attack, merge, assimilate like the Borg from Star Trek with your body, You know, resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
It starts to merge. Your body see it as something foreign, a foreign object. Your actual DNA that's not feeling that was going into it, and starts to reject it. Thus, your body starts to fight itself. It's no different like when I brought up years ago, and people laughed at me when I said they were crossing the AIDS virus, AIDS gene, with the corn, and giving it to the people in Africa to try to say that they're trying to make them immune to the AIDS virus. A lot of people laughed at me, and I'm like, okay, y'all not gonna pull up the scientific governmental documents. Y'all not gonna pull up the articles where they're telling you they're doing this. And once people started doing that, they were like, oh my gosh, this is real. Yes, it's real.
Very, very real.
Go ahead. Or you want me to switch to the next one?
Oh, let's move to the next one. That was a lot of information.
Just on the first one alone, right?
Just on the first one alone, because this is only going back to the 70s where they started to get really, really detailed on how to manipulate DNA. In 1985 now.
Hold on, they can't see it yet.
Because
remember, people, they been was dealing with cloning, but they didn't perfect it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, hit them on 1985.
1985. Robert Sinsheimer, Chancellor of the University of California, Santa Cruz, holds first meetings to propose sequencing the human genome with potential funders. The U.S. Department of Energy, U.S. National Institutes of Health, and the U.K. Medical Research Council. What they're saying now...
Back up. Say that first one. The one of the people. I'll say U.S. Department of Energy. Y'all keep that in mind, because after Baba Nu speak, we're going to hone in on that group right there. Go ahead, Baba.
Now, one of the things that we need to understand is that there's the possibility that these dates are about 20 years late, meaning that when they go public with something, or when they say this is when we are going to start doing something, it means that the U.S. had a secret research team working on it. It was most likely connected to the U.S. military, and that they already pretty much finished it, seeing how it's going to apply, and now they are letting the what we call the public scientists now get a chance now to work on it, because
to play basically.
To play. Also, they have to develop academic literature for schools for people who are studying this. So this is the reason why.
Because they need the new generation to come in with the fresher ideas.
Yeah. And also, right, they need a new generation to come in and start to learn this stuff. From that pool is where top secret corporations and government organizations pull people in to work on certain ideas. You know, so
such as Majestic 12,
the
Bilderberg Group. What's the next one? With a meeting that they go to.
Jekyll, the creature from Jekyll. Bohemian Grove. And
there's a next one, the G something summit.
Yeah, the G8 summit.
Is G8?
Yeah.
The G8 summit.
Yeah. Now,
there's so much of them, like just pulling them out the hat, right?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah. So this is 1985 now. They are going public now about sequencing the human genome. Really and truly, what they are saying now is that we're going to start to develop the tools and techniques to clone a human being. This is 1985. This is 15 years after they've even started to develop the way how to sequence DNA. Now they're going to start to sequence the human genome in 1985. A lot of people that are listening out there, you might be young. In 1985, I was 15 years old.
And 1985, I believe I was 4 years old.
4 years old.
Yeah.
This is the type of stuff that you might have been seeing on CNN News. When CNN News had, world news, science and technology news. But, this was a big deal. Not just only that they were going to start to sequence the human genome, but how much data it would take to do this, the type of computer system, the type of data storage that the computer would need, the type of processors that the computer would need. So, they are now showing in the public what's so difficult about this, what makes it so difficult, why it's so expensive. Meanwhile, we are thinking that, this is where they're at with computer technology. This is for the public. But
say that again. This is for the public.
This is for the public.
In private is a whole nother story.
In private, now check this out, right? Back in the 70s, when they started to pioneer anti-aging, remember, they were using cadavers from Haiti. Now,
for those who don't know what cadavers are, dead people.
Yeah. Now,
you gotta come over.
Now, the Haitians, and not just the Haitians, if you study, there is a book on Egyptian magic by E.A. Wallace Budge. If you read this book on Egyptian magic, it will sound very similar to some of the things you hear about in quote-unquote Haitian voodoo. But what I'm bringing that up is that why they're using dead Haitian bodies is because they know that the Haitians in their sciences have already been doing anti-aging. And there's something else that really, really goes along with genetic manipulation that they know about. It's called lycanthropy. That's where a person can change the way that they look on the outside in such a way that you can say that's a big difference. But now, as with the West, they want this understanding also from mind control. Now
we jumping ahead.
Yeah.
We didn't even finish the other parts.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Meaning that when you're sequencing the DNA code and you're looking at all the ways that these different codes affect the function of the human brain and the human mind, now you are going to want, for military application, how to use these different DNA codes.
Meaning in warfare.
You
get shot. You're digging your damn chest. I know it sounds crazy, people. Because even me and Baba do be laughing at the damn thing when we go into it. As you see, we're laughing now. But we know what other soldiers wrote in their journals and all that. Reach into their chest, pull the bullet out, and watch the wound start to rapidly heal. Such as your X-Men, Wolverine, and Sabretooth with the rapid healing abilities. Right. Interesting enough, when you speak about those characters on X-Men and you get the comic book called The Origin of Wolverine, you get to see Wolverine is actually not a mutant. It shows the Watchers, those big head beings that stay in space and watch, and they only come around through big changes of events.
Right.
They're watching what take place where it was outside manipulation that did what they did to the human race. This is in the comic book. Stan Lee, and you know Stan Lee took our sciences. He admitted that. What they did to the human race, and that Wolverine and Sabretooth, it was some of them that got away. Wolverine and Sabretooth were what actual humans are supposed to be today. So they're not really mutants. That was a mind blower when they threw that in there.
Right.
Because that's them mastering the God gene, the VMAT.
Right.
That's why when they so people think, oh, that's movie stuff. When they see Wolverine in a movie, take a bullet in the head, and he come up, and the bullets start to poke out, and the wound rapidly heals. This stuff is real, people. Let me show them these. Should I show them now?
Yeah, let's show them now. Oh my goodness.
Time magazine.
Cracking the code.
All right, people. Cracking the code. They've been looking to do this for a very long time. Look at them. Happy as hell. Both of them happy. All right. Cracking the code. Let me take this off. Anything else you want to say on other stuff before we move on? Go ahead. You got it. Oh, by the way, pass the book. That's why this book right here, people. That's why this book right here, The God Genes Decoded, is so important. Because it don't only just touch on these type of subjects. This book helps to unlock you. That's why they're using it in colleges right now as we speak. Top colleges, top professors. What is a book like this, written by this man right here, doing in the professor's hands, teaching this at high level colleges? Furthermore, why would they tell him, Library of Congress, I want to make sure I get it right, why would the Library of Congress tell him he need to raise the price of the book? Come on, brother, you there laughing, get into it.
Well, you know,
get into it. Get into it. Because, you know, I ain't trying to put you on the spot, but I know you got to make sure you stay protected too. So if they approach you a certain way, you know, you got to oblige them a certain way.
Let me give you a very good example. If you study the history of ancient Egypt, what we call Kemet, you would see that in an early period, people like Khufu came along, built a great pyramid. But then you had people like, what was his name? Ra-Nefer-F. He built a pyramid out of mud and straw. He built the bricks out of mud and straw. The reason why I am saying that is that certain knowledge goes in and out in human civilization depending on man or woman's relationship to the deities, to the angels and stuff like that. What happened is that even in the Masonic lodges, even in the Illuminati, they don't have all the knowledge. They don't.
Yes, I see a question show up on the screen. Yes, Janine Vong, we sell the book here at Nicholas, Brooklyn. All you gotta do, call 718-858-4400 and you can get the book immediately. I think we only have what, 5 copies left.
Yeah, you got like 5 copies.
We only got like 5 copies left downstairs. So yeah, pretty much. Real quick, Derek Martin says, is it safe to say the code they have been trying to crack is the very codex of our melanin, which they are deficient? No, it goes deeper than just your melanin. Okay, because remember, they've been studying our melanin. Is it safe to say? No, about since slavery times is when they really started studying the melanin. You could go research this. They know that melanin reacts under, it breaks down under fear. They know this for a fact. You might wonder why they had to go so extra with the weapons and the cutting, the baby in the stomach, all that stuff. And you're like, why would they do that? Like, what is the purpose? It is to strike fear, because they know melanin is at its worst under fear. Now, this is the thing. Melanin is at its best under stress. Don't confuse the two, because you have a stress gene and you have a fear gene. You release certain pheromones when you're scared. Correct, brother?
Yes, you do.
So that's why when we talk about the God Genes Decoded, the book, and we're going in deep with it, we like to explain to you the different attributes, because this stuff goes deeper than just your DNA. Who's this? Priscilla Mason says, I have been reading this book for the past year. The universe guided me to buy it, and I bought it. Me a lot of understanding and was that confirmation. Yes, Baba Nu is no joke when it comes to that.
Now,
go ahead.
This book and a series of books was meant to be a gateway into getting a better understanding of the ancient Egyptian wisdom and their advanced wisdom. I wasn't clear at the time that the book would have been surpassing Western scientific understanding, and also going to explaining it from the perspective of the ancient Khmu. I always thought that the ancient Egyptians, other certain Africans, and even other indigenous people around the planet had to have a more advanced understanding of life, but it really didn't strike me that it had to be in the area of science. And before the book was completed, I had gone back into enough science, and I was starting to get a very good picture of the ancient Khmu concept of science, but seeing that contemporary science was really just another language for bringing out ancient Khmu science, and that started to become very, very surprising to me. And what you can do, if you have the fortune, is that if you can trace certain words back through the Greek culture, back through the Greek language, that's where you start to see where ancient Kemet has a very prevalent influence on the Western world, because the ancient Egyptians had overwhelming influence on the Greeks. The Greeks then became the Romans. Other Africans, not even ancient Egyptians, had a lot of influence on Rome, the development of Rome, the education of the Romans. A lot of people might look at a civilization and say, well, it doesn't look as though it's from this place or that place, because history is so much information for us to take in. However, from the Greeks to the Romans, the education of the higher class and of the school was distinctly African, if not predominantly African influenced.
I want to show them this. Since we're talking about the science of them knowing the code, and you have a lot of power groups that will tell you, don't deal with science. That's garbage. But when you do the research, you find out that our ancestors, they've been dealing with science for the longest.
Yeah.
And the only thing that they had an advantage over the scientists of today, they always mix the science with the spirituality.
Yes.
Only now scientists are now saying, okay, we get it. And now they're getting in tune. But before, they weren't on board.
No.
So, let me show this to the people real quick, because I showed it recently in a live stream. Alright, so, this is a bit too big. Let me fix this up for y'all. So, pay attention to what I'm going to show you. Remember when I spoke about people, the Jewish mysticism? Let me show you when I spoke about the Kabbalah. Alright? We got the 11 wheels, rarely 10, and they always leave out the 11th one. What it is? Darth. That's right. I.e. Darth Vader. Star Wars, George Lucas. Again, he even admitted. Right? So I want y'all to take a look at this chart, people. Now, what does that look like to you that's dealing with the human body? If you say DNA, then you will be correct.
Yep.
Pay attention to the 11th, Darth. That's normally not there when you research it and look it up. Only when you go deeper into the science of the God genes decoded, okay, you get that knowledge and understanding. So I just had to put that up there for them to make something like this. That's DNA, because that is showing you the different wheels of the strand that you could unlock within your body. It's really that simple. It's not too difficult once you understand the concept of what they were doing. Am I correct?
Nope.
You want to breeze past through the rest of the history, or you want to keep going?
Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, that's called the tree of life. And your DNA is also a tree of life. There's a way that can also be arranged like the tree of life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also critical to understand as well, how you start to correlate Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah with biology, with the human body, because when you study Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah, the books never really jump from the tree of life to human biology. And what I did is that there is a tree of life within man that the ancient Egyptians knew that correlate to all those spheres on the popular Hebrew Kabbalistic tree of life. When you position those spheres of the tree of life within man, in the book I have them correlated with biology.
You're out of frame.
You know, which ones represent your DNA, which ones represent your chi, and understanding how your chi is integrated to your body biologically should at least help you to better appreciate working with your chi, even if you might need some acupuncture done. How powerful acupuncture is for healing yourself if you can't cultivate your chi on your own, just from exercising, working out, singing, and just using your mind. Then you can go to an acupuncturist and have your chi manipulated to heal your body much, much, much faster.
Another way, if they can't get the acupuncturist, which I always tell them, I know it goes in one ear and out the other for most people, you get the frankincense oil. There's a reason why the frankincense oil is so expensive. You can get frankincense and myrrh oil, which I would advise y'all to do, because me and Brother Divine is coming with the Altar live stream, Altar pay-per-view live stream, and most likely we'll have Baba Nu on board real quick to hit y'all with a quick something. You understand what I'm saying? So just to let you know, you want the frankincense and myrrh that you could take internally, so it could open up the channels, the meridian points, chakra points, and send off the neurons throughout the brain. Send them off to a higher level and expand your thought pattern, plus the whole while enhancing your melanin. Okay, it goes deep. Now, I want to get into the energy part. Are you ready for that, or you got more to say?
Let's go for the energy part.
Okay. No, go ahead.
And don't forget, if anyone needs readings and consultation and guidance done, and also
hold on, we're gonna get to that, because as you say that, we're gonna get to that.
All right.
Slow down. Put in your email address there, because I just seen somebody put that your email address was wrong.
Wow.
That you gave them. Somebody just put it up in there. Lalani Brown put that. Johnny Boy's son, salute to you. How you contact this brother Joel? He's typing his email in now. I'm making him type it in. Hopefully he don't give you the wrong one. He typed mad slow. yeah, I could see. That's it. You sure?
Yeah.
All right. So if y'all look up on the side here, I'm gonna put it some more times, so they know to come to you for the different readings that's needed. Okay, you should see it show up right there on the Joel Benjamin 528. It's even coming up on the screen. All right, I'm putting it a few times, so y'all copy this down so they can't say they ain't get the proper contact information right here on the side of the screen, yellow highlighted. Okay, people. One over voodoo. That's what the problem was. Okay, so you had it messed up, Leonie Brown. Well, we got it the right way now. Okay, Egyptian voodoo priest at gmail.com. It's right there for you on the side, highlighted in yellow. Okay, contact him for the readings or whatnot. Me and Baba Nu work together. So if I'm not gonna recommend nobody that's garbage. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So once he say X, Y, and Z, y'all know what it is, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
All right, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
History of the Human Genome Project. Remember I told y'all to remember that the funders of the Human Genome Project, the US Department of Energy, and I wanted you to stick with that one. Why would the US Department of Energy have anything or want anything to deal with the Human Genome Project? Why? You see, Baba Nu over here laughing. Let me transition the screen because we're about to get deep in on this. We don't hear most people talking. You know where I mainly hear it? Or seen it? In this book. In this book.
Whoa.
Okay? Well, let's get into the energy.
Whoa.
These bastards.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully
maybe
the stream don't get shut down.
Well, maybe
Hopefully
they want
the
to
stream
turn
don't
this
get shut
into
down.
copper top batteries. But what is interesting is that there's a part in the cell where the mitochondrial DNA is, and that's the part of the cell that actually produces the greatest amount of energy. So it still begs the question, why does the U.S. Department of Energy want to have anything to do with DNA research? But in getting into DNA research, they're also going to be touching on energy production that is connected to a part of the cell with DNA. And you know, they probably do want to use this as batteries.
Ain't no damn probably. You know what the hell go. Yo, I know because we live. I know with certain things. I get it. But we know the deal. Salute to Derek Martin. And y'all, hit the damn like button. Because we're going to reach the hour mark soon. And that's going to determine if I keep going or if I cut it off. Okay? So hit the like button. And certainly don't be afraid to super chat. Mr. Murray 0, salute to you. Thank you for that super chat support. Greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate the super chatters out there. Let's get back into energy. So let me bring it back up on the screen. We're gonna bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. So let's deal with these bastards, Baba Nu. So you see, 1986, U.S. Department of Energy and National Institute of Health come to fund the project. I could understand the National Institute of Health because I know what they're about and what they're looking to do. But once I saw energy, that raised my suspicion. So then you have 1988, Human Genome Organization, which is HUGO, was funded. So let's continue. 1989, excuse me, 18. Oh, that's a typo. 1989, Human Genome, Medical Research Council sponsored. 1990, Human Genome Project was initiated and directed by James Watson. You see that devil right there? James Watson? Look him up. Me and Baba Nu don't even got time to go into that the way we want to. 1993, Wellcome Trust Institute joins. Interesting. 1994, Genetic Privacy Act. Whoa. Now we touching on something there. Should we slow it down? Do we really need to get into that, Baba Nu?
Genetic Privacy Act?
Yeah.
I mean, is there really such a thing as Genetic Privacy Act? Whenever you see that, it just means that the government will now be...
Come in frame.
It just means that the government will be collecting information on everybody's DNA.
Facts! Gang! Which they have. I see people talk about, oh, I don't go to the doctor and give blood, brother, because I don't want them to have my DNA. I asked them 2 questions. I said, first things first, were you born in a forest or someplace private, at home, or whatever the case may be?
Right.
Home birth, whatever? No, brother.
Oh.
Have you ever been to the hospital, the doctor's office, sick, and they take your saliva, your snot, your blood work, whatever it is? No, brother. Then you're safe. But when they say, yes, brother, yes, brother, yes, brother, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you were born in this type of way and you're able to say no to everything that they set up in the institution of collecting your DNA, you're safe. But once you start telling me, yes, I've done this before, yes, I've done that before, they have your DNA. I don't care if you was born in the hospital, especially if your moms didn't take your placenta. Whoa. That's one of the highest form of human growth hormones there is. And stem cells.
Yeah, stem cells as well.
Which they killed Christopher Reeves because he started twinkling his toe and moving. And then they got to find out that they was doing aborted babies. They was getting it mainly from the aborted babies, melanated. All right? Do we need to go through Planned Parenthood? Should we go in deep or no? Should we go in deep or no?
Let's not go in too deep right now.
Okay, because everybody think you think he just died just like that, and then soon after, come in frame. You staying out of frame. Come in frame. And then soon after, his wife died from cancer when she was continuing the research, and she didn't smoke, ain't drink. Huh? So we need to go in to how the government is dealing with genes and have cancer-based weapons. Baba Nu said we going too deep. Y'all don't want this info. Y'all don't want me and Baba. You know what? Let's take a poll. Let me take a poll real quick.
The type of
Nisi
stuff that
Davis,
I've seen
salute
this
to
year.
you. Do y'all want me and Baba Nu? Because this is stuff me and Baba Nu will normally do for pay-per-view live stream. Do you want me and Baba Nu to go in deep? I want to see a bunch of people typed right now and hit the damn like button if you haven't hit the like button. If that's the case, me and him will finish off the 7 minutes just regular and end it right now. Okay? I want to see people. I know some of y'all like to do shorthand. They get lazy on me, so they put PPL, whatever. You understand? But I want to see it if y'all really want us to continue and go further. And we're not going to go further with that until we see it. Because this is certain type of information that is not so easily readily available. That's why I'm glad he did this book right here. All right? The God Genes Decoded. All right? I'm very proud of my brother, my big brother. So you see that right there? The God Genes Decoded. Somebody, and this, just so you know, this is the version that got extra pages in it. This is the leatherback version, correct, brother?
Yes, it is.
I see you doing your stuff. Go ahead. No. Continue. I'm gonna finish talking. No. Continue. Doing what you're doing over there. Yeah. So that's the leatherback version. Let me give a super chat salute to. Bear with me. All right, Nisi Davis again. Salute to you, and Derek Martin. Salute to you again on the check-in. Okay, let's see what we got here. I see the people. It's on the book list. All right, y'all got this on your book list. This book goes fast, by the way. So don't think because of the price, oh, you're like, it's still gonna be there. This book goes fast.
Yes, it does.
Very fast. All right. What's the highest you saw it selling on Amazon? What was it? Amazon or eBay?
Actually, on Amazon.com.
How much?
2,500.
2,000. Damn, from 1,000 to 2,500 now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Someone said that it was selling for 500 British pounds.
That's the equivalent of
in England. That's almost 1,000 US.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even an autographed copy from you, right?
No.
So we got the autographed copies here, by the way. Maybe I should have told y'all that. All right, so I seen the people. So y'all want more? All right, let's go in. So once Christopher Reeves and his wife found out they could use the DNA strand with dealing with energy since the Human Genome Project, but they was using the cells of the aborted fetuses and they were using the placenta. That's why if you go into the hospital and you have a baby, ladies and gentlemen, y'all all should know this. If you don't, me and Baba Nu gonna give you the source. When you go there and you have the baby, it's enough for the placenta to cover the hospital bills. I'm going to repeat. If you have no insurance whatsoever, it's enough to cover the hospital bills and still have them owe you money. Because they take, let's go into the usefulness thing we was talking about. They take the anti-aging. They take the placenta or the aborted fetuses, and what do? Crush it up and put it in the makeup, and you put that on your face. You're out of frame. And you put that on your face. This is not a secret. Revlon, CoverGirl, what's the other ones? Revlon, CoverGirl, whatever. I don't wear makeup, but yeah, some of y'all women out there do see. I know what I'm talking about. And this is what they're using as the anti-ager. That's why it actually makes them look younger. And they're starting to put it in the anti-aging creams. Okay? So, when they use this, and Christopher Reeves was finding out, all of a sudden, oh, he had to go. His wife came out and spoke about it, and then when they saw she was picking up traction and getting to go on different interviews, bam! And if you've seen his wife was in mad skin, nice, thick for a white chick. You understand? I probably shouldn't have said that. But I just want to stress how she was looking healthy. Yeah, I really should have said that. But you get what I'm saying.
She was living the good life.
She was living a good life.
Having the good money. This was in the 90s. Well,
yeah. Come on. So, you know the money was long back then.
Back then, and they'd already been taking advantage of the anti-aging stuff and the better diets. I mean, they don't look like poor, broke people. So she was looking good with it.
You understand? So for her to just bite the dust like that with cancer, the first thing I said to myself, damn, they got her.
Wow.
She was talking too damn much. And she was like, yo, you cannot be exposed. See, me and Baba Nu talk this. First of all, number one, we're protected. That's number one.
Believe it.
Number two, we're not famous like them.
Nope.
On a big scale. Anytime you're a rapper, you're a singer, you're a Hollywood actor or actress, talk about this, what we're talking about right now, it's a problem.
It's a big problem.
You're going to see, they're going to get got.
Yep.
Unless they got something, you know, some nice little protection hookup from Baba Nu and you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get a nice ring,
protective ring down like
done.
that.
You understand what I'm saying? So let's continue with this, brother. Let's continue with this. Just to wrap it up, and then we're gonna go deeper into. I just want to go down the list to show people how serious it is with what these people were doing. So we already learned that they're draining the energy. We learned with the youthfulness, what they're doing, blah 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 blah. So now we covered the 1994 Genetic Privacy Act. Okay, so let's deal with the 1997 NHGRI was established. Then in 1998, what's that? Celera Genomics found other group to do HGP independently. Now, you see that right there, Babanu?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So basically, because I want to breeze through it, but I don't want to breeze through it too fast and just leave it alone. Anytime they say they doing it independently, now the gloves is off.
Right.
Now we're gonna mix the spider genes with the goat.
Yep.
To get the wool a certain way of the goat, and now we could do the secret governmental, which is really non-governmental, which is falling under the black projects. Now we got free range. Now we could go ham. We don't have the US government have that watchful eye over us. Now they could hire us as private contractors. Yeah. Go ahead. I know you want to tear that up. Go ahead.
Well, a lot of this experimentation goes towards military application. Is for issues of national security of the country, for defense, and for offense. When they bring in these private contractors, it makes it much easier for the business and the capitalism of it to be done. It makes it much easier for the products that they are going to produce from this research to not just be commercialized, but also to be gambled with, which is the stock market. What happens is that millions of Americans every year, they have a 401k plan. They don't know what specifically their monies are being invested in. So once these private contractors get involved in doing all this type of research, and it gets into the medical industrial complex and the pharmaceutical industry, and of course it's going to have applications for health and some type of steroidal use. It could be temporary health relief, whereby they will get the stem cells of a particular person, and they would genetically engineer some type of cure that might last 2 or 3 years.
Because the goal is for you to come back and spend that money.
Because the goal is for you to come back and spend that money, meaning that the same way that they have managed manufacturing by creating goods that break down after a certain period of time, what getting into the genome of not just human beings but other animals and plants allow them to fine-tune the way that they treat human illnesses in such a way that they know that they can keep certain human beings on the rope. So it is not much of an improvement in the medical industry. It is only an improvement in their understanding, but that's not an improvement
for society.
Now,
the goal is to keep you down.
The goal is to keep you down. The goal is to get you hooked. The goal is to get you needing to go to a doctor. The goal is to get you on some type of medication that you're going to think you need for life. But if you're not on this medication, you're going to suffer and die in 6 months, in 9 months. You are literally going to suffer and die. And the goal is to get you very, very uncomfortable with discomfort. So that...
Yeah, say that again. Get you very comfortable with discomfort.
With discomfort, meaning that you're not willing, you don't have a strong, willing, persevering bodily constitution.
Miss B, let me not be rude. Let's not be rude. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic audience, especially the domestic. I know it's late out there where you're at. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Miss B wanted to know, so does the God Genes book say how to activate the genes? Yes, and then some. It gives you a history breakdown of how the ancestors been doing this for many, many years. Okay? So, hope that answers your question. Let's go back to that chart, because this is something so serious. You see me and Baba Nu laughing is because we've been into this so much, and we ain't even give you, we could do a part 2 on this. We ain't even go deep on the spiritual aspect of when they started to find out how deep it is. They made a show called Heroes.
Yeah.
And in Heroes, the main reason why they knew where everybody frame. You can see yourself right here, just so you know. The main reason why they were able to go around and get all the people, gather all the people up that had special powers, and not only that, knew when they would come into their powers, with the exception of them having a near-death experience and them going under that stress. But even then, when that happened, they would get to know, okay, well, they unlocked ahead of time. Was through the Human Genome Project. They put that in the show. That is because of the Human Genome Project, the show Heroes, which was a hit on Channel 4, NBC.
Yeah.
Is because of the Human Genome Project why they was able to do that. Then they dealt with the eclipse. They tied in the spirituality into it. So they knew what they was doing through the Human Genome Project. Because if anybody watched a lecture I did talking about scalar weaponry, how you use the brainwave is your first actual weapon, and the scientists took that and made scalar weaponry out of that concept, you will learn how when your blood taken from here in America, could be in Ireland, could be in Africa, could be out there in space on the space station. If you get sick or something happened to you, wherever you at, the blood, once they unfreeze it and take it out, start to change in the vial. That's how deep that is. That's why in Heroes, they talked about the Human Genome Project, and through reading the DNA, they knew when people was going to be unlocked. And if people was unlocked ahead of time, i.e. melanin reacts under stress, you get to do your best and bring out your best under stress, it will change in the vial, and they'll come see you sooner than expected. Come on, man. Y'all don't want this work. Y'all don't want this work. With me? The on guard? Yeah, tell me I ain't come yet. Thank you. So let's go over, let's finish going over this. Where are we? 1999. Human Genome 22 was sequenced firstly. Okay? That is a lie. It's more, and they did more. And we have proof and facts on that. Correct, Babanu?
Yes.
I don't know if you want to break down that or keep going.
No, let's keep going.
Okay.
Human chromosome 22 is sequenced first. Why would they tell us that anyway?
Papa knew his face. Why would they tell us that first anyway? Well, you know how they get down. They got to give you something to hold. Yeah. All right. So in 2000, working draft was completed. So they finally completed. 2001, they published it. All right. They published the analyst of the working draft. Right. Okay, that's of the working draft. They published it. Right. Never mind, they so-called finished the working draft, completed in 2000.
In 2000.
And
thank you.
It took a year to publish it, right. Which we know they don't waste time on publishing nothing. But let's continue. So in 2003, Human Genome Project was complete. To sum it up in a nutshell, people, all they're saying is they collaborated with all the different governments of the world to gather up every single person's DNA on the planet. And if you think it's so far-fetched, hold this, and I challenge you to go check this out. It was on, out of frame again. It was on Discovery Channel, where they were putting the vaccines, they were breeding, crossbreeding the mosquitoes with the vaccines. So when the I was shocked they even put this out publicly. You get what I'm saying? You're tired, yawning on camera, like you're rude to the people. Sorry, people, these the ills are going live. So they put this out on TV, showing where they can make the mosquito bite you. Never mind, say you're not getting the vaccine. Right. They gonna make the mosquito bite you, give you the vaccine, and then when you get sick, whoever else don't want to get the vaccine, if they have sex with you or you sneeze around them, cough around them, spread it like my brother was saying, the strand that's going through the air, you know how to have the vaccine in your system. But wait, there's more. They went even deeper to show how they could inject you with at age, so what I'm saying, age-related type vaccine. So let's say they want to give you the smallpox vaccine, right? They give you the smallpox vaccine. In turn, there's an underlining code within it. So if they want you to break down in the next 30 years, guess what happens to you? Your ass break down in the next 30 years. The day you hit age 30. Yep. And they were bragging about it. They just talk about it like if it's nothing. So this is what the Human Genome Project was dealing with, because they know people was going to unlock the different parts of DNA and come up with new strands. When you have the Library of Congress, I'm going to say it again. When you have the Library of Congress call you in, when you make a book and tell you you must raise the price, I'm going to let you speak on it. Why in the world would they tell you you have to raise the price? Because at first, but let me say this, when they call him in, he got scared at first. With all the spiritual stuff he know, yeah, he got scared. Go ahead, bro.
It upset the natural balance of things. You know, there've been a lot of books on ancient Egypt over the years, but no book has ever really clarified the science of ancient Egypt, and it is contemporary classification. We are dealing now with what we call the hydrogen fusion cycle. Understanding.
Say that again, please.
We are dealing now with the hydrogen fusion cycle. We are dealing with particle physics. It's very, very important that black people, African people, and that human beings in general know and understand that these types of advanced scientific ideas are as old as the hills. They are older than humanity themselves. It's not even just to say, well, black people knew that first, because there was before black people, there was before planet Earth. And this is a big part of the problem. Whilst we might get bogged down in trying to claim something racially, we forget that we are getting caught up in the timeline of children. And we are getting caught up in the classification system of children. When you start to understand what this knowledge is about, what it relates to, it really is not for public consumption. If you want to know why the book is $250, it's not for public consumption.
Drop a bomb on them. Boom. No, a nuke. Hold up. 97 people on here right now, live, and I only got 72 likes. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. I got a problem with that. Because I could have sworn the information that me and Baba knew was given was real deal. Am I lost somewhere with this, Baba knew?
We lost somewhere with this, but we will pick it up later on the rebound. What you have to understand is that the wisdom of ancient Kemet and these other ancient nations like Sumer, even the Mayans, even of China, this wisdom had to become secret. For several reasons, it was made to go underground, become secret and occult. What we call science right now, that used to be governed by the occultists, by the magicians, by the priests. I'm talking about in 500 AD, in 1000 AD. I'm not talking about 10,000 AD. It was the responsibility of the temples, churches, priests, mosques, etc., to educate the people in the most advanced sciences of life.
And that's where we ended. We over the hour mark. I don't know, the new year coming in, like, y'all really think I'm playing. And it's not just you two messing with the likes. Y'all know y'all need to hit the like button. Y'all know y'all ain't hit the like button yet. Y'all know y'all gotta hit that like button. I got you covered. You know I got you. Oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Because now it's saying that live stream cut off. Hopefully we not cut off. We're still live. Hopefully it's messing up on our end. Okay. It's just messing up on our end. So, check this out. Oh, they tried to cut us off. That wasn't me, people. I don't want them to think that was me. Okay. That wasn't me that just tried to cut us off, by the way. All right? Let me put up his information. Paste it in the comment section. Ew, I put the wrong stuff. My bad. I want to give out Baba News information because my brother does the readings. Okay. You got to type it in again, brother. I know you type it on the phone, but you got to type it in here, brother. Yeah, you got it. Just start typing right here. So, basically, people, as I was saying to you, if you want a part 2 of this, be honestly, I don't want to give y'all one. Alright? But we'll do a part 2, and we'll set up a scheduled time, and we're going to go even deeper to the spiritual aspect of what's going on with the Human Genome Project and them opening the code of the genes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because we haven't even touched on evolution. Woo! We haven't even got to the part on...
We ain't get to the core yet.
Evolution.
We ain't get to the core yet.
Yeah, when we get past all of that eugenesis nonsense, why it's so critical to understand and respect the fact that you can directly work with your DNA for your evolution is good to know how advanced they are with getting into the details of that so that they can curtail your evolution.
Facts.
And they have been doing it, and there are some easy remedies for fixing your DNA.
Very easy.
Very easy. And Joel Benjamin has them in his store. You want to fix your DNA.
That's what I said. I guess they don't want a part 2 because I asked if they want a part 2. Maybe I should have been more specific. If y'all want a part 2 of this, let me see. People. Come on, type it up, people. And I know a lot of people that come on the live stream, they just some damn haters, some eavesdroppers, instigators. You know the drill. They be on there mad, quiet, just eavesdropping. Come on to the middle, sir. Just eavesdropping away. So, as you see, we got the book here, The God Genes Decoded. Okay? The leatherback edition. With extra pages that he, at the time, he had to take out. But they're in there now. Okay? Definitely, I know y'all enjoyed the show. Hit the like button, as always, like I always ask. Alright? Stay tuned for our next live stream. Me and Divine is gonna come on and we're gonna blast y'all with at least 2 more live streams, because y'all got to get this work tonight. You know, the holidays went by. They ain't getting much live streams going. So look out for at least 2 more tonight with me and Brother Divine. Because you think we started. This is just the beginning. I'm putting Baba new information out one more time. There goes his email out there again. I say a lot of people, man. Soon, just a heads up, Hannibal Bay. We gonna get my brother Hannibal Bay. I got to call him too. Salute to Dr. Alim Bay that was up on here. He did pretty damn good. You know, the dude is no joke. And we're going to give y'all that work, man. We're going to give y'all that work. Real quick before I come off here, let's take a roll call. What are the products that we can buy now to fix our DNA? One of the main thing, Amen, TH Ra, that I've been saying for the longest, the raw CMOS. Alright? I wasn't going to tell y'all now, because I figured I told them already, but, you know, I guess they ain't catch the last show, or seen the Instagram. Joel Benjamin 528 on Instagram, Nicholas BK on Instagram. Make sure you get, follow them both. Joel Benjamin 528 on Facebook, and the private page Joel Benjamin on Facebook. So, alright, roll call. Florida in the house. Got a few people in from Florida. We got Paris in the house. How much people we got up in here? Yes, Seymour's. Knock from, what is that? From Runa. These damn YouTube names, man. Yes, not just CMOS, the raw CMOS. UK in the house. Baltimore in the house. ATL in the house. Another thing you want to help open and unlock the DNA is the frankincense and myrrh oil. I sell it 1 frankincense, 1 myrrh. All you need is 1 drop. I'm going to repeat. All you need is 1 drop for the day. Our next thing that we sell here is the monatomic gold. The monatomic gold can help. But the main things I'm going to tell you, the 3 main things, there's a few things, but the 3 main things is the raw sea moss, the frankincense oil, and the myrrh oil. Bronx in the house, New Jersey in the house, Cali in the house, Connecticut in the house, St. Louis in the house, Portland, what's up? Salute to y'all out there. Houston is in the house. Now, for those who want the book, y'all could call now, a matter of fact. The God Genes Decoded, the leatherback edition. 718-858-4400. That's 718-858-4400. We're unlocking genes. Stop playing games out here. Alright? My man is out. How they say, free Baba Nu. My man is out.
Finally free.
Okay?
Oh my God.
And believe me, the ones that put them in there, they got jacked up. That's all we're going to say. Leave it as that. Leave it as that.
Yeah.
Alright, people. Joel Benjamin 528. Oh, one more time. Just in case y'all don't know. Alright? There goes information one more time. Now, for those who want the raw sea moss, the frankincense oil, and the myrrh oil. I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Wait, for who?
This guy help you attract money or mate.
Come to the in frame. You out of frame. You watch it. See? That's how you look when you're in the video. You're out of frame. I keep telling you stay in frame. I get tired of telling my guests that. And this is a widescreen lens. Joel, does this guy help you attract money or a mate? We both do that. What do you think we've been dealing with and talking with for the longest? What do you think I be selling the Moldavite and all these different rings? And especially if you get him to bless it up and do what he got to do on it. Like, come on. And Wadner, you ain't new to this, Wadner. You ain't new. Delaware in the house. Salute to you. South Carolina in the house. All right. Let me see. Maryland again. PG Maryland in the house. All right. Charleston is in the house. All right. Yes. Myrrh oil. So if you want the raw sea moss and myrrh oil, I'm going to have y'all talk with me directly and privately. Let me give y'all this number before I end out the stream, because I know they're going to be like, oh, we ain't know how to contact. Again, you want the book, The God Genes Decoded, a leatherback version, the real deal. You're going to call 718-858-4400. That's 718-858-4400. I wonder where the hell my moderators at. They probably ain't get the notification on how YouTube get down. Florida in the house. Raleigh in the house. Louisiana in the house. Salute to y'all out there. Here's the link. Well, here's the phone number. You call in 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828. The frankincense oil, the myrrh oil, and the raw sea moss will help you unlock. Of course, we got that fresh raw sea moss for the Caribbean here. That's what we do. And if you want the God Genes Decoded book, you could call that number 2. Why not? 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828. And they go fast, especially that frankincense oil and the myrrh oil and the God Genes Decoded book. And y'all already know the raw sea moss be going all the time, so I ain't got to tell y'all that. Bashir Wilson asks, book is for the true adepts for real. Brooklyn's in the house. Facts! Gang, gang, gang. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic audience.
Salute.
Peace.
Peace.
We're out.
We're out.